You're watching USA News Hub, your home for breaking headlines, trending sports stories, and exclusive updates from across the nation. When Carlos Alcaraz walked off the court after that electrifying ATP Finals showdown with Jannik, fans around the world were asking just one question. Was he injured? Today, the world number one finally breaks his silence, and what he reveals changes everything about his upcoming Davis Cup appearance. In one of the most intense and emotionally charged finals of the ATP season, Carlos Alcaraz fell short against defending champion Jannik, finishing a dramatic title clash that kept fans on the edge of their seats from start to finish. But beyond the scoreboard, something else caught global attention, a moment where Alcaraz suddenly grabbed his leg, signaling clear discomfort. It didn't take long for speculation to explode across social media. Was it serious? Was he playing through pain? Would he skip the Davis Cup? Finally, Alcaraz himself has come forward with the full truth. Alcaraz confirms hamstring issue, but refuses to use it as an excuse. Speaking to the media after the match, the US Open and French Open champion admitted that he did indeed feel a hamstring problem mid-match, especially after stretching toward one of Sinner's explosive serves. In his own words, "I felt something in the hamstring after trying to catch one serve. I could say it didn't affect me too much, because I could run well and go to the balls well." But what stood out most was his refusal to blame the injury for the loss. Alcaraz made his stance clear: "I'm not going to say I could play better if my hamstring were well. The loss is because he deserved it." That right there is classic Alcaraz, competitive, honest, and refusing shortcuts. Even though he was visibly uncomfortable at times, the Spaniard insisted that the thoughts worrying him weren't about pain, but about the risk of pushing the muscle too far, the thoughts about how it's going to be if I do crazy things that I'm used to doing. Those thoughts were in my mind. Still, he stressed that he maintained physical mobility and stayed mentally tuned in. Why didn't he change his game plan? Many fans wondered if he altered his approach after the injury scare. But Alcaraz completely dismissed that idea. "I didn't change the plan because of the injury. I changed it because I felt I had to do something else." He went on to explain that against a player like Sinner, one of the only athletes on tour who consistently matches him in speed, intensity, and power, he needed to go even more aggressive than usual. And in his own assessment, Alcaraz was proud of his performance despite the defeat. "I'm really happy with the level and the performance. I didn't do too many things wrong, which is great." This match was not about weakness, it was about fine margins, and Sinner executed just a bit sharper under pressure. Spain Davis Cup decision. Alcaraz confirms his next move. Now to the big question that fans, journalists, and tennis analysts have been asking. Will Alcaraz risk his hamstring to play the Davis Cup finals? The answer is yes. At least for now. Alcaraz officially confirmed, "The Davis Cup, yeah, I'm heading off to Bologna tomorrow." Spain is scheduled to play their first match on Thursday, facing a dangerous Czech team. That gives Alcaraz a few crucial days to recover, monitor his hamstring, and make a final call before stepping on court. However, he also clarified that his plans depend on how the muscle responds over the next 48 hours. If the hamstring worsens or becomes a significant injury risk, Spain may be forced to adjust their strategy. But one thing remains crystal clear: Carlos Alcaraz wants to play. He wants to fight for Spain. And he wants to win a title that continues to elude him. What makes this Davis Cup even more dramatic? There's another twist. Jannik will not play for Italy this year. Yes, the very man who denied Alcaraz the ATP Finals trophy will not be present at the Davis Cup. Italy, led by Sinner for the last 2 years, captured Davis Cup glory thanks to his unbelievable heroics. But this year, Sinner has withdrawn to focus on recovery and preparation for the new ATP season. This creates a rare window of opportunity for Spain, especially if Alcaraz plays. With Sinner out and Alcaraz potentially in, the spotlight shifts heavily onto the young Spaniard to carry his nation deep into the tournament. Carlos Alcaraz's honesty, resilience, and competitive spirit continue to set him apart. He refuses excuses. He refuses shortcuts. He refuses to back down, even when carrying a painful hamstring scare. As he prepares to travel from Turin to Bologna, tennis fans worldwide will be watching closely. The next few days will determine everything, from Spain's Davis Cup chances to Alcaraz's physical readiness heading into the 2026 season. One thing is certain: Carlos Alcaraz is not done fighting. Not today. Not tomorrow. Not ever. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a story that's shaping America and the world. We'll see you in the next update.